welcome back to my channel. As you saw from the title, today I'm doing a haul from the local Catholic gift store, and today I found 5 Catholic books that will be going into my classroom. I thought I might as well share them online with you because I'm always trying to find great Catholic resources for my classroom, and I figured you might be as well. A little bit of context about me: I'm a first grade teacher and I love making our Catholic faith meaningful to the students. So without any further introduction, let's get into my book haul. The first book that I'm going to be sharing with you today is a story about Mother Teresa. My first graders learn about Mother Teresa each year when we study our saints. She is also known as Saint Teresa of Calcutta. That might sound a little bit more familiar to you. I think the illustrations in this story are very sweet, and they're not super outdated. That is something I really look for in Catholic stories, in Catholic illustrations. I think oftentimes they can be pretty outdated, and I just think it's easier for students to relate to pictures that are done in more modern illustrations. So this is the first one. It's from Little People, Big Dreams. It's written by Maria Isabel Sanchez Vergara. I hope I said her name correctly. There's the bottom, if it focuses. I hope that focused for you. I will link these books below, but this is the first find. It's about Mother Teresa. My class studies Mother Teresa at the very beginning of the school year, and they always, at least last year, connected back to her story as we learned about different saints or did service projects throughout the year. So this is a great find. The next book I want to share with you, I am most excited about. If you are a teacher, you definitely know how much students love graphic novels. And yes, I know there are pros and cons to them, but they really resonate with graphic novels. And to find the Bible in a graphic novel, that's like hitting the jackpot to me. The illustrations in this are absolutely amazing. They do a great job of capturing just the captions as well as the speech bubbles and telling the stories of the Bible through these illustrations and words. It's something I am so excited about. I have other illustrated Bibles in my classroom for kids, but for this to be a graphic novel and for there to be multiple illustrations per story is something that I've never seen, aside from when I have books that are stories of the Bible but in just like its own book. But for this to be the complete Bible in graphic novel form, I'm pumped about, and I know my students will be as well. Here are a few different pages for you to have a look at. Hopefully it will focus for you to be able to get a good look at what's happening, and the type of detail or simplicity that it gives is good to know. It has both the Old Testament and the New Testament, so it's complete in regards to that. Obviously, doing it graphic novel form, it won't have every detail possible, but that's how all kids' illustrated Bibles are. I just think my students will love this. I can't decide for this if this version of the Bible will be on my shelf at all times accessible to them, or if just I will read it using the document camera, or what I'll do with this yet. My heart wants me to have it accessible to them at all times, but it's hard for me to put the books that are in such great condition on the shelf to be accessible at all times. So I'm undecided. That is the Bible in graphic novel form. Super pumped about that. The next book that I'm very excited about is this Look and Learn Words for Catholic Kids book. It is written by Casey Pawelek. She is a Catholic mom and she lives in Texas. This is her first book. This isn't a story. This is more of like one of those My First Words books that just labels different things, and there aren't descriptions, but it labels meaningful things in the Catholic Church. And I just know my students will learn so much from it. This book I will definitely have accessible to them at all times, that they could put this in their book bin, because I think there is so much to learn from this book. It even has the people of the church. It has the different colors of the liturgy. It has maybe some popular things that students might have in their homes. Oh, so sorry. Talks about confession, and it has the act of contrition written in it. I'm very pumped. So you should definitely grab this book for your classroom, or if you're a mom and have children at home, or a dad, if you're a parent and you have children at home, grab this for them. I'm very excited about this book. The next book I got, I am also looking forward to reading with my students. This book, I do have to say, it is a fairly new book. I think the copyright reads 2021, so it's fairly recent, but I think the style of illustrations looks a little bit older, which I know contradicts what I said earlier, but I love the content of this story, especially in the year of the Eucharistic revival that's happening in the United States. So this is called The Real Presence, and so of course it's about the institution of the Eucharist. I will flip through a few of these pages, but I really want to this year, even though we're first grade, it's not a first communion year, I really want to talk about the Eucharist and how it truly is Jesus's body, blood, soul, and divinity with my students. And I think this book does a great job explaining that and the importance. And yes, it is a mystery and there's so much to it that we don't understand, but if Jesus would have said, or since Jesus said, "This is my body," he didn't back down from it. He didn't say, "Oh no, it's a symbol." And it's these kids in the story are processing that in this story. And so I am very excited to read this with my students. That is The Real Present. The publisher of this is Ascension Kids, so I know that's a popular publishing company in our church. The last book that I am going to be sharing with you today is a book that I've had my eyes on for a while, but I hadn't bought it yet, and so I'm glad to finally have it in my hands. It's a book that has a great project that students can do along with it. I thought about having my kids do it this year, but we never got to it, and it is called Drawing God. The author is Karen Kiefer and the illustrations are by Kathy DeWitt. And this story has a little girl who loves to draw in it. And she drew what she viewed as God. First, she draws light and says, well, the sun, light is God. Yes, that's God. But a kid was like, no, that's not God, that's the sun. And then she decided to draw a loaf of bread. And she's like, well, God is the bread of life, so yes, this is God. And a kid is like, no. Then she draws a heart and says, well, God is love. But of course, her classmates say, no, that is not God. That's a heart. She goes through this journey of thinking about, I know I'm drawing God, and God knows I'm drawing God, and so maybe that's enough. And then she goes to school, realizes all of the pictures are different, and realizes everyone was drawing God because God is everywhere. This book leads perfectly into having your students draw how they view God. And it talks about how all pictures will be different. And I just can't wait to see what my students will do with this, because they amaze me with what they understand about God and how much He has created in our world and continues to work in our world. And so I'm looking forward to know what they will draw as God. Those are the 5 books that I purchased at the Catholic gift shop. I'll show you them again. Mother Teresa, the graphic novel Bible, Look and Learn Words for Catholic Kids, The Real Presence, and Drawing God. I will link all of these books below if you're interested in buying them. I definitely recommend buying them from a Catholic gift shop close to you. But if you are in a crunch for time or you just want to go the easy route, the links will be below. If you guys want more videos like this of seeing what other Catholic books that I have in my classroom or other Catholic resources that I have for teaching the faith, please let me know. I'd be happy to share them with you. But this was fun for me to share. I hope you guys have a great day. As always, take care of yourself and do what's best for kids. I'll be praying for you. Bye.